Hi friends, I am the vegan with an apple pie. Yeah, very easy one. I try a new recipe. I begin with just a big bottom and a very small form, spring form. It's here with the parchment paper, like as usual. And this is not even 20 centimeters, maybe 17 or so centimeters, not even a hand. See, it's not very big. Yeah, small pie is enough for me. Tomorrow some guests are coming and I might be surprising them with a little dessert. So I begin right away, and it is pretty much as usual. This here food processor fitted with the S-blade. That's the best thing to make a dough usually. Yeah, very simple dough. But I need a lot of dough today because I will make a form, a bottom that goes up on the sides, you know. So a little bit more. This is at least 2 cups of almonds. Yeah, really a lot for this small form. Usually I have a larger form. I take less of the almonds and I have only a small bottom. This one goes up at the sides, so it has to be more. So I begin with the 2 cups of almonds. Just put them in. And before I put the raisins in to sweeten it, should be sweet, and I like the raisins with the apples together. Let's see what happens. I will ground the dates, the almonds, in a coarse meal, because then the whole processing, it takes less time when I begin with the almonds only. Otherwise, it takes more time. Let's begin. The blender dance, of course, also with the processor. I decided for almonds, by the way, because I thought about a marzipan. Almonds, you make marzipan. With almonds, you make marzipan. And here I show you how coarse the meal is. It's okay. You could make it even finer, because the marzipan, you want to make a very fine meal, and finer until the oil comes out of the nuts, and then it is a marzipan. It takes a long time. Because I think almonds and marzipan fit so nicely with the apples together. I thought somehow that might be a nice combination. So I decided for the almonds. First of all, I was thinking about walnuts or hazelnuts. Could have done that, but not only because almonds are the cheapest version of nuts, not really nuts, but so to say, in the kitchen. But also because of the flavor. Let's see. In the raisins, you have a lot of raisins. I want to make a sweet bottom. Maybe I begin with less than these, a little bit much. Well, let's take it all. Let's take them all. Doesn't matter. I take them all. Plus a little bit of cinnamon. Yeah. I have 2 tablespoons of cinnamon powder here from Psyllium. Silent cinnamon is better because it doesn't make the heart race. Cinnamon is super healthy, but if you take too much with the smaller quantities, doesn't matter. But if you take too much on a regular basis, of the other cinnamon, not from Psyllium, from Sri Lanka, then you might get a heart race. They found out in Germany about the 50s, when all the bakers made the cinnamon rolls. They were very favorite in Germany. Then they found out the cheaper one, the cheaper cinnamon. They used this cheaper one that causes a heart race, they found out, and then they had to substitute the more expensive one from Sri Lanka, from Psyllium, because it had not the same side effects. The bakers, they didn't want to do that because it was more expensive, but in the end they did, I guess. The problem was solved, as they take for Sri Lanka. Anyway, I don't know what they take, but this is why I know it. So now, I don't think it takes too much time to make a sticky dough. Let's see. I have a sticky dough, and 3 minutes can be a long time if I look from the top to see the changes in the processor while it's processing. can take a long time. It can seem a long time. 3 minutes. It took me 3 minutes. That's a long time for making a dough, but not at all really long. So this is what I have here. I show you. See? And it is sticky. Can you see? That means sticky. And it is not too sticky because it's still light, you know, not a marzipan. A marzipan would be very sticky, you know, very heavy, and the flavor might be nice. But this flavor is the combination with the raisins and the almonds tastes almost like an apple with a cinnamon. I really don't understand. Very nice. You have to try it. I was surprised when I tasted it the first time. The flavor is very nice. So all I'm going to do now is try to make a nice form, yeah, with the sides going down up from the from the sides. Now I take out the blade and pour it all in there, all the sticky dough, and I have the scraper. This is made, comes with the food processor, the equipment, part of the equipment. If you get a food processor for yourself, you have. To me, was very important to have a large equipment. So many useful tools that I can work with, and more important even that the thing itself, the machine, is stable. So it has just strong at the same time, but if I turn it on, it doesn't begin to dance. That's only my privilege, not the food processor. That has to stay still, otherwise you have a very big problem. You run through the kitchen and you have not very nice, not pleasant. So that is something you should. I would always take care of. So here you see it's full now, almost full, a lot of dough, but you will be surprised if you have that kind of quantity, how small it is in the end when you press it down into the dough, into the form you would like. So what I have done that before, and I was always surprised. Always I had too little dough. I began always with too little dough. So now I took a lot of nuts, a lot of raisins to get the right quantity for this small form, and I begin to make it very carefully, to a mold in the middle, as you can see. See, I begin very gently, so that is everywhere in the form is a nice quantity of dough, of coarse sticky dough. So when I begin to press it down a little bit more firmly, to bring it in shape and to give it a texture that it will not fall apart when I cut a piece out of the cake, then it has already to be there, everywhere I want it. It is very hard to do it other way around. So begin very gentle, pressing, making the mold, and then slowly I begin to press it firmer. And the shape has to be already there. Now, when I begin to do it more firmly, press it firmer, the shape has already to be ready. Yeah? And now I can just make it firmer. But now it will be hard. And at the first time, I tell you, because I did these things many times, and many times it was a big problem, and now I'm wise with this here, and I begin, as I show you, very carefully. If you do it like that, yeah, you can save a lot of time and a lot of work, because like this, you see, it looks like really easy, but it has to be done this way, otherwise you end up shifting around, taking something from here, put it into the other corner, and that is not so funny. You never know. You never know. Oh, is that working now? Is that too thin now here in this place? That's not nice. It's the way, very gently, beginning to bring it everywhere evenly, yeah, and then to do it firmly, as I do it now. So it takes some time, as you can see. It's not perfect shaped, of course. The shape is not perfect, and in some corners there is more dough on other sides, but that doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Yeah. The rim on top, yeah, is always has to be a little firmer, because Of course it will break down, it will fall apart first of all, because it's so exposed. So you have to press it down afterwards, in the end, to make it really firm and keeping. So you need a lot of dough up on the sides. That's always where I failed in the beginning. Now it's pretty okay. And with some experience, it is easier now with the time. But it still takes some time to make these kinds of shapes. So now I'm coming to the end. I want to show you how to do it, because it's really critical. And it can save so much time if you start right away in the correct manner. So here, now I'm very firm. You see, I move my body to express the strength I use in my fingers and my hands to really shape it firmly. And that's also important. The first thing that went wrong when I made a dough for the raw food cake with almonds and dates, usually, or raisins. The dates easier because raisins take some more time to process, they are harder. So what first went wrong, that was that I over-processed the dough. That was not so nice. I remember the first doughs I made, I did from a book or from a text online. I never seen a video at first, and I ended up to make a very marzipan-like dough. It was too firm, and then it doesn't really taste like a dough. You know, like in a baked cake, you have this nice fluffy dough. It can be very nice, and we want a little bit get close to this kind of fluffiness. So you make sure that you do not over-process the nuts and the dates or whatever you have. You can take any kind of dried fruit. You can take also other ingredients. But I always usually begin with a simple, easiest version, dates and almonds. Usually that's the easiest thing, usually. So now I come to an end. I guess I show you in a moment when it's ready. So excuse me for taking so much time, but I guess this is worth it because it takes some time to make it, and it's not so easy if you never did it before. A lot of pitfalls you can go to. Here, see, that's a perfect form, I guess. It will keep even when I cut it in pieces now, the cake, it will still work. So here I have, it's not so bad, It's a little bit of nuts in there with the raisins, but it doesn't really matter because I will put raisins in there, apples, and that's pretty much it. Show you in a moment. But I have to replace the S-blade with this kind of blade. That's for grating, a grater blade. It has two sides, the thin ones and the thick ones. I take the thick ones for the apples, because I want some structure, some texture in the dough, in the filling. So that's all I need to do. Put it here on top. And here are my apples. I show you. Here that is 5 apples for this small form. Medium apples, small apples. I just cleanse them a little bit. The peel is on, makes it nicer here, I guess. And here the core is on. It's in. I didn't take it out because it was healthy. Just here these sides have been cut a little bit there where the dirt is, from the garden. I cut it out, and I sprinkled some lemon juice over it. Otherwise, it would turn brown too fast. A little bit of lemon juice would make it keep. If it sits on the counter for a while, then otherwise you don't need to do it. So here, I begin it very quick. You see, this is so versatile. Otherwise, I would be using the grater here, this one. You can use this one too, a grater, for a test version or so. But it is so much more easy with this one. We'll see in a moment. It's so fast. You can watch me or do how I do it. First, I put the first apples in here, and then I begin. Tadam! So fast! Yeah, really, I like this tool a lot. When I had this tool first time, it was such a relief. I could do so many things easier than before. I tell you, no comparison. Oh, I forgot something. I need a little container. Oh, I could just use the other bowl. It doesn't matter. Now I have this bowl, doesn't matter. So I have to put it in the bowl. Because I forgot, this bowl would be too small. This one, because you see the apples have a lot more volume now. Put them in here. I might have too much. Oi. 5 apples might be too much for this. And now, together with the apples, I put the raisins. Here I have, well, it's a cup of raisins, a little bit more. And I soaked in apple juice. The apple juice is, I juice a lemon together with the apples to get the lemon juice. And to get it out of here, to get the juice out of the raisins, I soak it maybe 2 hours or so. I just pour it through a colander, a small colander, to get the juice out. And have only the raisins then. The juice is in the raisins, of course. If a little bit of juice goes into the apples, doesn't really matter. I show you the raisins without the juice. You can drink the juice, very delicious. Here, these are my soaked raisins. Lemon juice, apple juice, and raisins. 3 ingredients go into the apples. So I will combine a little bit. That makes it nice and sweet, because the apples, they taste nice in a cake, but I like the sweetness of the raisins together with the apples a lot. Apples and raisins, to me, it's a very good match, and they're already in the bottom. But you can do as you like. If you don't like the raisins, some people don't like it, you can leave them away. I like it for the texture too, because apple pie is a lot about the texture. Yeah, I always think about how can I process the apples or cut them or whatever I can do with it. Make an apple sauce or so for an apple pie. I made already different kinds of apple pie. Yeah? And the texture of the apple is always the thing. And apple is a little bit gross from the texture. Make an apple sauce blended in the high-speed blender. It will always remain. Sorry. Just quickly washing my hands a little bit. They always remain a little bit gross. And here now I have to figure it out. I mean, I guess I have a little bit too much. Yeah? So I want to put this in here, and it seems to be too much now. So I take 5 apples. Maybe it was too much, so I rather take the rest of the lemon juice. I begin with less. I maybe begin with half of it. So that I can always put more if I need more. So this is what I have here, and I put some of the Psyllium husk seed over the apples. But I cannot take too much because that would ruin the flavor. It gets a little bit firm. It gels up a little bit, just a little bit, not too much. I take only half because I use only half of the apples. So 1 tablespoon, I would say, for 2 apples or 2.5 apples. I take not more than 1 tablespoon of Psyllium husk seed. Otherwise, it might turn to gel, too much to a gel. Yeah. And now I have to knead the apples to make it a little bit more, give it a little bit more a dough-like texture or a filling. And together with, you see, I knead it really, mash it with my hand. And then the juice comes out, and the texture will be more like one, not so much like falling apart. And that works together with the Psyllium husk seed. That works, I guess. So I need only the half of the 5 apples or 2.5 apples. So now here, this is a little bit less quantity by mashing it. I put everything into the mold here, into the cake. And I can make another cake. I will put this in the refrigerator, and if the cake is nice, I quickly make another cake tomorrow, no problem. I have to adjust the quantities to 2.5 only. So, yeah, this seems to be the right quantity. I'll show you when pretty soon I'm ready. I can even use some more, because now I have too little. Yeah, I have to use some more because I can push it deep down into the cake, into the form, and there's still something left. You see, I have to fill it over the brim here, over the brim. Otherwise, there is more dough than apple, and that's not so nice. So I'm starting to get a little bit more to the quantity I like. I wanted. I began with this. Maybe I wasn't wrong at all. I put the rest of the psyllium husk, so 2 tablespoons in the end. Again, mash it. Oh, ends up seems to fit at all. So I was right with the 5 apples. Let's see. Not sure yet. Pressing it down changes the volume so much. This is the first time now. I had no experience with this kind of apple pie. Let's see how it ends. So I try to get it right this time. I need enough, of course. It seems to work. Yeah, that's good. Hey, I was still right. I could use all the 5 apples. Oh yeah, okay. That's nice. See, they have a little hill. Yeah, but that's okay for an apple pie. Yeah, it's a small pie anyway. You see, and if it's a little bit higher, yeah. So now I have filled it. Otherwise, it would look a little strange when I have too much of the dough outside. Then I eat more dough than filling, and that is not how it should be. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, my intuition was then, after all, was okay. Now I show you what I have. I will put a little foil on top and put it in a cold place. It's still a wintry spring here in Germany, so I can put it on the balcony. Otherwise, I'll put it in the refrigerator, of course. And tomorrow it will be firm. Not too firm because I didn't use a lot of. So see, it's perfect, right? Little hill on top, a nice apple pie. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Took you some time to stay with me. Thank you for that again. And here I will be on Facebook available every day. Yeah, usually you can reach me there. Give comments on YouTube channel, of course. Can subscribe MD Vegan, have another recipe every single day. You push the bell button and you'll be notified even for the service. And on Facebook and Pinterest and Twitter, Instagram, everywhere, social networks. Yeah. Okay, see you soon.